What is up, Nerdy Squad? We officially back with a brand new video, and if you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button. So we back again talking about James freaking Gunn, the man himself. And I see a lot of people leaving comments talking about James Gunn, some in a positive, some in a negative way. And I want to talk about the man again because, as y'all know, he is taking over the DCU. And I honestly gotta believe that him taking over the DCU is gonna be good for, Warner Brothers going forward into the future, because of the simple fact that I don't think there's anything he could do wrong with the DCU compared to what we got, which was basically a train wreck with the DCEU. I believe that James Gunn is gonna have a vision that is going to lead the DCU into the future, into a bright future, because when you look at the slate going into the DCU versus the DCEU, no, it doesn't really look as exciting because he doesn't have a lot of big names that are popping out to a lot of the casual fans. You know, it's not starting off with all the Justice League members and then eventually them getting their own movie. It's like he's really taking his time and really pushing this as a slow burn for these DCU characters. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I like the fact that he's bringing in some middle name characters, not, a bunch of A-list actors to play a lot of these characters, so that, it saves Warner Brothers a lot of money because, as y'all know, they are cash strapped. And it allows some fresh faces, such as the new Green Lantern actor, I can't think of his name, to, kind of step up and really make the role their own. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see what James Gunn does going forward with the DCU, because there's just been so much negativity with the DCEU. I mean, the whole thing was basically a train wreck. Everybody wanted Superman 3, I believe, and we never got it. I mean, we basically only had 2 Superman films, but the second one really wasn't a standalone film because of the Batman was in it. And then we never got Superman 3. And the old regime didn't have a game plan, didn't know what to do with Henry Cavill Superman. So now we get to move forward with David Corenswet as the guy to take over as the leading man. And, I'm not super excited for what the future holds, but I am very open-minded and very curious about what James Gunn is going to have on the table for the DCU. And I honestly have got to believe that it's going to be something great and that James Gunn knows what he's doing. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I believe that he's taking some things from Marvel, what he's learned under, the Marvel umbrella, working around Kevin Feige and his team, and he's going to add some of that to the DCU, but put a twist on it and make him fit the DCU. So for everybody in the comment section with all James Gunn's only looking out for James Gunn, and he has no idea what he's doing, he's only a one-trick pony, we have got to have faith that he's going to right the ship of the DC brand, because if he doesn't, things are going to look real bad going into the future for DC. You are going to have a bad word of mouth if Superman is bad, and then there's just going to be more shitty news after that, because it's going to mess up the slate for the DCU, the current slate that we have. Fans aren't going to be as excited, as pumped to see any more of the stuff that is going to be, was supposedly released if things don't go well with Superman. And again, that is the first big movie coming out, live action movie coming out of the DCU, that everybody has got to support with their wallets. I've said it time and time again. That is the big movie that is coming out next summer, July the 11th, that everybody has got to go support. I will definitely try and get there opening night. If not, it'll definitely have to be probably one day within the weekend. But I definitely plan on going to see Superman, because it is going to be a big, big movie. Now, of course, there is competition that I've also talked about. I'm sure a lot of you already know. That is the Jurassic World, I believe, 6 or 7 movie. I can't think of what number it is. And then you also have the Fantastic Four First Steps. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on this Superman movie to deliver. And James Gunn has no excuse if this movie doesn't deliver. He wrote the script. He directed the movie. He picked the actors and actresses. Everything was handpicked by James Gunn, so he has to deliver and make sure that this movie is top notch. I've said all this before. I will continue to say it until the movie officially drops. Keep an open mind to what James Gunn is doing. I understand a lot of people, may look at him as a one-trick pony because of the work that he did with Guardians of the Galaxy over on the Marvel side of things. But now he's trying to bring something new, something different to the DCU, and we've got to have faith and be open-minded because, like I said, if it crashes and burns with Superman, there's no telling what's going to happen afterwards. We may not get any other movies slated to come out for that DCU because of the bad news, crash and burn, the failure that was Superman in the theater if it doesn't produce very well. And I really hope that, the superhero fatigue will be worn off by then, and fans will be flocking back to theaters to see a lot of these superhero projects, not just from DC, but Marvel as well, because I believe that the golden era of what Marvel had is gone, but, I believe that they can create something new with what they have going on. And I believe that with DC, it's going to give Marvel a kick in the ass if it is successful with Superman, because it is showing that James Gunn is serious. It's showing that I'm here and that we're here to stay and that we are going to prove that we got something good over here in the DC side of things. That's one of the main things I want to see with DC doing good, because I want to see them kick Marvel in the ass and get Marvel to stop being lazy and really step their game up. So James Gunn has said all the right things. Now we got to watch him produce all the right things with Superman and Booster Gold and all these other projects. I don't believe he's going to direct every single thing that's going to come out. I don't believe he's going to write the script for every single thing that's going to come out. But I do want to see what he has up his sleeve. The one thing I do not want is studio interference coming from the, head of Warner Brothers, David Zaslav, and everybody else, because I want to see the directors direct the movie and tell the story that they want to tell. I don't want it to be studio interference. David Zaslav, if you listen to the fans, let James Gunn and every other director and every other writer that he brings on write the story that he wants to write. Tell the story they want to tell, because every single time a movie goes bad, it is because studio interference, and we got to get this DC stuff down pat. We cannot have any studio interference having the story all jumbled up and be a mess, because the studios think they know more than the guy who's writing the story, the guy that's directing the story, and sometimes they think they know more than the fans. And I want to see this stuff turn out good, and I believe that it can if James Gunn, stick to his guns, no pun intended, and, just take his time and really give us the best story that he can possibly give us. So, y'all, post your comments down below. Let me know what you all think about the future of the DCU, James Gunn vision for the future, what we getting in this new DCU, future versus the DCEU. Post those comments down below. Let me know what you all think. I'll catch you on my next video. Like, comment, subscribe. 2,000 subscribers. Peace. I'm out.